So isn't that crazy that Cavensite is known as the crystal of forgiveness? I didn't realize there was anyone or any instance that I needed to forgive. I didn't realize I had anger or frustration. Boom. It all comes up in literally the matter of a week. That's incredible. I want to share with you why Cavansite has ended up being truly such a profound energy in my life and has truly helped me to tune into the energy of forgiveness and moving on. Moving on from what? Well, I'm going to share that with you guys in this video. So some of you may have heard that Cavansite is known as the crystal of forgiveness. Fun fact, I didn't know that when I got Cavansite, and I basically signed myself up for a whole journey and ride with an energy that I had no information about. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to share with you, I've already made some other videos about Cavansite where I talked about some stuff about it. I'll tag that in a playlist below. I'm gonna just talk about new things that I've been experiencing and some new realizations I've had from working with it. So number one, when I got Cavansite, I actually felt like things were going pretty good in my life. I felt like I was doing well. You know what I'm saying? Suddenly I get Cavansite, and I was freaking mind blown. So I'll show you guys a piece of Cavansite just to give you a visual. This is my my main piece that I recently got here. And if you're wondering what this is wrapped on, it's wrapped on a piece of Moldavite on my necklace here. So basically when I got my first piece of Cavansite, I was like, because the energy of it is really, really high. Like really, 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 really high. And someone might express this in a way that sounds a little bit negative. It's not, it's just part of the way the energy is, in my personal opinion. It's a pretty ungrounded energy. Very, very ungrounded. See, I immediately started feeling so high and lots of spastic energy. But you guys know how sometimes there's that feeling like it's like all this like little kid energy is like ignited in you and you're super pumped for something. It seems to me to be coming from here in this part of my body that I feel that energy where I'm like, oh my God, like, yes, I'm so pumped to do this. I was feeling that kind of pumped energy, but like up here. So this is why I started feeling kind of ungrounded. And like I said, when I got Cavansite, at first I felt like I was doing pretty good in my life. Suddenly, lots of stuff started coming up and I started to feel actually kind of angry and frustrated from the energy of the Cavansite, to the point where the Cavansite was making me feel so sick that I actually took my piece off for a few days and I had to continuously take breaks. So this is actually, fun fact, the first crystal ever in my whole journey of working with crystals that I had to take it in small doses. So just so you guys know, small piece, all you need with Cavansite. It is absolutely insane. And if you are someone who likes to afford like some bigger epic pieces like myself, just realize what you're signing yourself up for is a very, very intense but beautiful ride. Beautiful nonetheless of the intensity. So I just wanted to let you guys know. That's one of the biggest things about Cavansite that I feel really excited to share is like, holy crap, this is really a really intense energy. Like it's one that people who aren't very sensitive are probably gonna feel like really shook from. So I had to take it in small doses and take some breaks. And I was really, really blessed to have you guys here on the channel sharing with me some of the things that Cavansite is known for and some of the healing properties of it, because you helped me to connect the dots and realize that that frustration and anger and sickness I was feeling from the Cavansite was actually me confronting certain parts of myself vibrationally. So here's something very cool about Cavansite that I love. The vibration, very high. Let's say Cavansite is here, and let's say you're like here, right? When you start tuning into the energy and you really start vibing with it, the Cavansite isn't going to shift and lower its vibration to vibe at your level. Cavansite just isn't that kind of crystal. There are many crystals that do level out and tune directly into you, such as Moldavite, a profound, profound transformational companion. I'll tag a playlist below. Love, love, love Moldavite. Actually got a really awesome Cavansite Moldavite combination video video. Most insane energetic combo yet that I've discovered, tagged below too. So you guys can check that stuff out. Very, very fun videos, very good vibe. So you got to raise to it, but it's not just this instant process, right? For you, perhaps, because you are very perhaps like super transformed and already at a level where it's very easy for you to instantly assimilate to new energies. I know that a lot of people who have been on this path for a while, they're able to do that. For me, I was really shook and caught off guard, like, oh my God, I got more stuff to work through. Wow, how cool. Here I was walking around going, oh yes, I am Nathan, the enlightened god of enlightenedness. Cavansite's like Nathan, bruh. So as my vibration was shifting to it, all these different parts of me, these vibrational energies of anger, frustration, agitation, these were bits and pieces of seeds that basically were existing within me that were constantly blooming my whole life from different circumstances and things. I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure you guys can relate that. We're human. We got some traumas and stuff, okay? We're working through it, okay? We're healing. This is why crystals, one of the reasons why they're so amazing. I love them so much. Nothing has helped me heal or transform more. So this is where it really became really profound and impactful, is I started to realize that these things that were being brought up within me were part of that ascension process to this raised vibration, where I could really integrate and learn the lessons and vibrational information that Cavensite is so generously here to share with us. Thank you so much, Cavensite. You were awesome. So I started to realize that's what the frustration and anger was. And that was a huge, big pivotal point, because then I knew that it was time to really look within myself and actually do some journaling, do a little bit of actual work on my part, aside from just rocking, wearing the crystal on my necklaces and stuff. I started to do some actual, very consciously aware work where I was writing down certain reasons and things that were frustrating me. And I started to connect the dots and realize that there are certain incidences that have happened specifically in the last few years, maybe just one or two from my childhood. It's actually been more recent things have happened that caused me to feel angry and upset and distrusting towards the world around me. So here's the thing. I was doing a very good job at pretending that that stuff wasn't there and pretending that I was doing really good and feeling awesome. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I didn't even realize that stuff was there. Honestly, I had zero idea, guys. I never considered myself an angry or frustrated person, ever. Because I was really, really good at ignoring it. But the thing is when you build a house, you can build your house on top of a foundation of rotting wood and no one will know. And you might not know either because the house looks normal, but the house is built on this foundation that influences the whole experience you're gonna have in that house, right? This is just an analogy / metaphor. Obviously you guys realize that. So that's the kind of thing that I started realizing is like this foundation that I'm building on, even though everything looks good and is going quote unquote well, this foundation is not going to serve me in my highest good in the long run of things. So this is where I really started to really pay attention and tune into these issues that I was having and the exact instances that they came from. And this is the mind-blowing part of the video that I'm so excited to share with you guys. Cavensite is the crystal of forgiveness, because all these things that were being brought up, the anger and the frustration, guess when I actually wrote down and did some conscious awareness and tuned in, it became extremely clear that it came from 4 instances in my life that I was angry at a specific person, angry at something that happened. You see what I'm saying? I was angry. I literally was just mad and pissed about it, but I didn't realize, I never gave myself a chance to express those emotions and heal. I just basically pretended like it wasn't there and like I was fine and just kept moving forward, but that foundation was rotting wood, everybody. It was rotting. And man, it stank. I couldn't smell it though because I was walking around with my nose plugged like, oh, smells great out here. You guys know how it is. I know, we're humans, we gotta just laugh and give ourselves a hug sometimes, I think. So isn't that crazy that Cavensite is known as the crystal of forgiveness? I didn't realize there was anyone or any instance that I needed to forgive. I didn't realize I had anger or frustration. Boom. it all comes up in literally the matter of a week. That's incredible. So what I'm working with right now with the Cavansite is that forgiveness process, because it's becoming incredibly clear that I cannot move forwards healthily in the way that I deserve until I can forgive these people and these situations that deep in my heart I feel are unfair and have wronged me and is totally uncool. You know, I've been judged pretty hard by a few instances, you know, certain things like this. I'm not gonna get into it, it's fine. But I'm realizing that that anger that I feel towards these people in these situations, that anger, it's crazy. The Cavansite is like blowing my mind. That anger is making those issues bigger. The angrier I am at this one specific person, for example, I'm just throwing out a random example, the angrier I am and the more I'm just disappointed in this person and the more I judge them for being a judgmental person, I'm fueling and increasing the energy of judgment and anger. They started it, quote unquote, and that might be what my previous focus was on, is that, oh, they're the asshole, right? It doesn't matter who starts it though. Because if I continue to fuel that relationship with the same exact energy that they're passing to me, I will get nowhere. And I will find myself living in a life where I'm not happy. And so I'm not just gonna forgive these people because they deserve forgiveness, which they do, because we're all having a human experience and going through stuff. You know, we're all just doing the best we can with what we got at the moment that things happen. And maybe that's the truth, maybe it's not, but that's what I think. You know? But I gotta forgive them. And not just for them, but for me too. Because it's not fair for me to walk forward on a path in my life and feel angry and hateful towards certain aspects of the universe and the world and situations that have happened. It's not fair to me to carry that stuff around. It wasn't there before. Who I really am is so light and happy and giggly and free. If you look back to my videos when I first entered Sedona and started making crystal videos and traveling around, the vibe was so different. It is so clear that I have been carrying some bullshit that has come up. And I don't deserve that. I deserve to be that vibrant, happy, light person because that's who I am. And they deserve to be forgiven. You see what I'm saying? So it's all coming up and I'm doing the best I can in this forgiveness process. I don't have much to say about that process in this video as it's what I'm currently going through. I will share more with you guys about this healing journey that I'm on because I like talking about crystals and sharing certain aspects of my experiences. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Just like that rotting foundation, forgiveness is an integral part of any transformation, of any. There's goals I have, there's dreams that I have that I'm moving towards, and I can't get there until I let this stuff from the past go. Because while I'm sitting here holding on to it, how could I possibly have my arms open to receive everything that's currently on its way to me? I'm gonna miss it. But I'm not gonna miss it because thanks to Cavansite and my personal ability within myself to be an aware human, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be better than I ever had. Because the truth is that these situations that have happened that have caused me to be angry and things like this, they're all gifts. Because they're making me more powerful and more strong and more okay with who I am regardless of what other people may think about it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good. So, Cavansite giveaway. The Cavansite that you're looking on the screen right now is the Cavansite I'm giving away in this video. It's a robot algorithm that chooses the winner, and so you'll know that you won because I'll respond to your comment and let you know that you won. So make sure that you have notifications for this YouTube channel station turned on, otherwise you'll miss that notification. So here's the 3 things to do to be included as a potential winner. This is what the robot's looking at. Have you liked the video? Are you a subscriber? Yes, like the video. Yes, subscribe. Do it. And number 3 is to comment below and let me know something that's happened on your journey, some kind of key intuitive moment or something that you've learned about Cavansite or about the journey of forgiveness. You don't have to share paragraphs and paragraphs, though I do really appreciate those of you who are willing to share in the same way that I am. That is really meaningful and special to me. But it's okay if it's just like 3 sentences, you know? Just let me know, that's the prompt. And again, you'll know because I respond to your comment that you're the winner, so notifications on, everything's good. Now, the last thing that I want to say about Cavensite is that there's something about the energy of it that when I'm not doing so well, I feel kind of frantic. So I was using words like angry, agitated, frustrated. That's how I felt before. Now that I've realized where those things are coming from and the situations, I've turned my attention there and I'm dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? It's working out. It's okay. But this is the profound thing about the Cavensite, is that all of a sudden, now I'm experiencing a kind of different spectrum of energy from it. And it's this kind of frantic, high energy. Now, let's take a look at how this might sound bad, but what I'm really pointing at is that Cavensite targeted certain parts of my experience and healing journey. And then, once I realized what that's about, it's now targeted a new aspect with new vibrational energies that it has. So this is really something very exciting about Cavensite. It works on many different layers of who we are. And it seems like it picks the one that might be the biggest issue first and then tunes into the next that's relevant of that vibration and what it's addressing. So this franticness that I'm feeling, this frantic energy, it's interesting because it's not a negative thing. It is when I'm upset that I feel frantic, but when I accept that I feel frantic, I start to realize that this franticness that I'm feeling comes from a place within myself that I feel like I need to control things and make everything work out in a certain way. I want things to go according to my plan. And so I feel frantic because, oh my gosh, there's all this stuff I need to do. I'm not there yet. Oh my God, I gotta add this on my plate. I gotta do this, this, and this. I didn't do this good enough. I gotta redo it. That's the franticness that I feel. Now, where is that coming from? That part of me is coming from a place within myself that doesn't trust that things are going to be okay and work out for me. Why don't I trust that things are going to work out and be okay for me? Because I've had a handful of experiences with people, situations, and things that just happened that have caused me to distrust the world and think that I need to grab the world by the throat or it's going to grab me first. Cheers to Cavensite for helping me to wake up to so much more of the BS that takes place in our reality that I did not realize before, because I deserve to be the amazing magic that I am, and with Cavensite, that is exactly what I'm moving towards. Thank you so much for subscribing, thanks for liking this video, thanks for dropping a comment below, and I'll see you guys for the next video very soon. 3 crystal videos a week, guys. A great time to be part of the Vibes and Frequencies community. See you soon.